Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is August 29th, 2023. My name is Kyle. This is Mrs. Olson, and this is Maker Notes. And today we're going to talk about the 3-season cardigan. That is this beautiful cardigan that's full of cables and lace. It's designed by Wool and Pine, and it uses 5 or more hanks of a yarn called Simply Natural. That is the yarn that our sample here is made of. This is in color 140 Eggplant. Simply Natural is a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. It's 40% baby alpaca and 40% fine merino. And then you see just that little tiny bit of shine in it. That is the silk. There's 20% silk in this. There's 183 yards in one lovely hank of this. And like I said, this is color 140 Eggplant, which is what was used to make this one. This is the smallest size. It comes in lots of sizes. I think 9 or 10, I believe 10 different sizes. So you can choose whatever size works well for you or the person that you might make this for. What is the deal for today? Well, it's going to go now through Sunday. If you buy 5 or more hanks of Simply Natural, we are going to give you a copy of this pattern as a gift. How do we do that? We purchase the pattern from the designer, Wool and Pine, through Ravelry. So if you have a Ravelry name, put that in your order and we'll add it to your library. Otherwise, we will send it to the email address that you use when you check out. We'll print a copy of the pattern, as we always do when we're getting them for you, and we'll include that in your order along with your yarn. The yarn itself, Simply Natural, is also 20% off now through Sunday. So that's a really great deal. I have a few colors here. I'd love to show you some color options just to get your creative juices flowing. Natural is probably my favorite one for this. This is color 3, Natural. And the reason I love this is because, one, it's really easy to knit with a cream yarn, but you could knit this as a beautiful cream lace and cable cardigan, and it's a cropped cardigan. Mrs. Olson, show us. It's a little cropped. It's very cropped. But you can knit it longer if you like. Of course, you'll need more yarn. But knit it in cream and enjoy it for a season or two. And then, taking good care of it, as we all do with our hand knits, wash them by hand and, pin it and block it for drying and all that. And then maybe the following season you want to do something different to this. So maybe you over dye this cream and you could dye it purple or blue or whatever color you want. So I love the idea of starting with a natural color. Maybe you want to turn it into this color later. This is color 138. This is Harbor. It's a really pretty light sort of skyish blue, like the sky started gray and overcast a little bit, but it's still a blue sky. Beautiful red. This is a really beautiful red. This is crimson. It's color 046. And I love how that little bit of silk just shimmers in this. It gives the best stitch definition you can see in the actual garment itself. I can turn Mrs. Olson around and you can just see how gorgeous those cables show up. The pattern itself, how do you do it? It requires being able to read a cable chart, but if you don't know how, Wool and Pine has done a tutorial on how to read cable charts that's really useful. There's a whole series, a huge list of tutorials that are connected to this pattern. So when you get the pattern, the digital copy of the pattern will have a link, but you can also go to the page on their website and enter the password, which is on the pattern, and you'll get access to all of these videos. And there's, a swatching one and one about a size and fit, and the arm side, which is the armhole. There's information in all these different little bites of these little tutorial bites, I'll say, that it's kind of like a miniature class as you're making this thing. So if you are unsure of how to do any of those things, those videos are going to be really great resources for you. Other colors, a couple more here to show you. This is deep turquoise. This is color 10010, deep turquoise. And then I'll just show you 2 more because it's getting fall-ish. Pumpkin spice, it's not. This is color 139 Sedona. Beautiful Sedona color. It's this really beautiful terracotta color. And then for those of us who like gray, this is the gray. This is what's it called? Slate Gray. It's gray. It's called gray. So there's the beautiful Slate Gray in Simply Natural. So again, 20% off Simply Natural now through Sunday. buy 5 or more hanks of this yarn, and we're going to gift you this beautiful pattern as a gift. And again, it's called the 3-season cardigan because I guess you can wear it for 3 of the seasons. So that is that. Do you want to turn around again? You can. Face the people, everyone. So a couple other things. So as you are starting your project, you could start it or knit the sleeve and get it into this little project bag. This is the 1918 Knitting Bee project bag or notions bag. It's a smaller one. You can see how big it is here. That image is a colorized version of an image of some people knitting at a knitting bee in 1918 in New York City, a bunch of guys knitting. And on the other side, you can see another image with some of the information. It's a pretty fun little bag. So yeah, guys knit, other people knit, everyone who wants to knit can knit. It's got a beautiful zipper. This one is sort of an old brass color. So if you're interested in this, we've got a few of these available still. This one's $15. So if you'd like that, we are happy to send that along. Speaking of guys who knit, I met Ivar years and years and years ago, back when I first started knitting, and Ivar was in Los Angeles visiting for a while. Well, now he has a book, and this is an incredible book that features cabling, but also just some really interesting, there's Ivar, hello Ivar, some really interesting construction techniques and some just gorgeous, gorgeous projects. So if you're interested in learning a little bit about this Swedish book, this book from Sweden, because Ivar is from Sweden, I'm looking at them and not letting you see all of the pictures. There's a fun, very simple cable. Any others in here that I could show you that might be really interesting? They're all really fun. They are charted instructions, and it looks like they do also have written instructions in this book. And I'll show you one more. I'm trying to find one more. Maybe I could have picked that before I started talking to you. Here we go. How about the Harmony cardigan? Look at that one. That's a really fun one. Beautiful. So there are 20 different projects in here, lots of different skill level. It is a hardcover book, very well done. This is from Trafalgar Square Books. If you're interested in this, we have a handful of them available for you. And what else? I think that might be it for today. There's a couple more things in the newsletter, of course. There is a call that we're still extending to you. So for folks who are local, the Seattle area, if you're interested in being a model for us for our upcoming Magalog, Skacel is going to be releasing another Magalog. We did it a number of years ago. It's coming back. We'd love to have you because we like to celebrate our fellow crafters. It's team members here, family members, and folks who are knitters and crocheters who are the models in this adventure. So if you're interested, there's an email address in our newsletter today. You can reach out to Karin and let her know your name and send a picture or two, and we might just select you to be one of our models, which is kind of fun. So that is it for me this beautiful Tuesday. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Hopefully folks who are in Florida are staying safe. There's a hurricane headed that direction, which is quite concerning. But I know that the people who do good are doing good and doing their best to help protect everyone else. So hopefully that will go through with as little harm as possible. And while that is the last thing I'm saying, that's a terrible note to end on, Kyle, but that's where we're ending, I guess. Have a wonderful week, everyone. We'll be back on Friday with something more exciting to talk about. Thanks for watching. Bye.